How do we explain the fact that today, all over the world, we are using bogus money? Bogus money. And as a result of using bogus money, paper money, plastic, electronic money, digital money, and a banking system which depends on that bogus money, we now have an economy in which wealth does not circulate through the economy. So the rich in in South Africa, who were rich in the time of apartheid, 30-something years later, you have freedom now, and they're still rich. And the poor are still poor, are imprisoned in permanent poverty. But if you had a fatwa that this money is bogus, is fraudulent, it was created by our enemy to impoverish us, to rip us off, to take us into destitution and eventually to enslave us. And therefore it's haram. If you had a mufti with the knowledge, the intellectual acumen to study the subject of monetary economics, which is not taught in any Darul Uloom, then you could have had a fatwa that this money is haram. I went to Newcastle 20-something years ago, and I lectured at the Darul Uloom. The head of the Darul Uloom was Maulana Seema, who was in his 80s, a very courteous man, a very loving man. And I lectured on Islam and the international monetary system. The Maulana sat down in front of me for the entire lecture, lasting an hour and a half. And then the question and answer session took another hour and a half. And he sat down there for all 3 hours. When the session was over, Maulana Seema got up and he hugged me. And he said, this subject must be taught in the Darul Uloom. Allah took him away. He's no longer alive today. But he was honest enough to realize this subject is not being taught in the Darul Uloom. So how would they know that this money we're now using was created by our enemies? All right?